Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, how y'all doing? Hey. All right, how y'all doing? All right, sorry to interrupt. All right. Do you guys know who I am? Yes, sir. Yeah, my name is Dr. Pettiegrew. I'm the CEO.
Henry Pettiegrew enjoys popping into classrooms to see what the students are learning. On this day, he's at Shaw High School.
3 branches of government. All right, what's the 3 branches? Legislative. Oh, what they do?
They make the laws.
They make the laws, okay. I like the Shaw pride. I got a Letterman jacket made. We're ready. The band is going, the athletics is going. There's a school spirit here that's just waiting to be tapped.
Pettiegrew has quickly become one of, if not the biggest fan of the East Cleveland School District. And for good reason. As the CEO, it is up to him and him alone to improve this failing school district in a city that is ranked one of the poorest in the country. He's only been on the job 2 months, and he's wasted no time getting to work.
First priority was to touch as many people as I could. My first day, I had to get in front of the students, I had to get in front of the staff, let them know that I'm here, I'm on the job, and I'm going to help cause the revitalization of our school district. It was imperative. I needed to understand what they've been through, what they're going through, so that we can come up with a plan on how we can recover and become a district of excellence, a district that we can truly be proud of.
So what do you think is the main issue? Why has it been a failing school district for so long?
I think it's been mismanaged. Honestly, it's been managed kind of the same way for over a couple of decades, and it just does not have the new and the innovative processes. For example, there's not a coherent, systematic way to analyze when students are struggling in specific areas and then give that information to teachers so they can give to the students what exactly they need to be successful. There's a lot of blind guessing and there's a lot of we hope things will be successful, but there were no systematic program evaluations to determine what's working and what's not. So we got a very bloated system.
Pettiegrew plans to change that, as well as the attitudes of staff, students, and the community. During his listening tour to determine the needs of the district, he wanted to understand why students aren't coming to school, why they aren't learning the material.
Several students have told us that they felt like a prisoner. I've had principals say, prior to me coming, they felt like a warden. I had to get up and get dressed as a warden. And our kids and our adults felt like they were living in a prison for years.
That sounds very depressing.
So I would like to present the idea that we can be a learning organization where students can be volunteers. All right. I've told my kids already, you don't have to do the work. You don't have to. We have to create environments and work that's so exciting to you that you'll want to do the work. You are a volunteer. So when you're in that environment, it's a high stakes testing environment. It will feel like without proper systems in place, without a way to buffer from these external forces, it will begin to feel like a prison or the factory model of, oh, let's take the good kids and move them forward, and the kids that are not good as we determined, let's put them in another place. I heard those comments being said by kids and teachers alike, and it's where they are as a school district because of the failing. It has caused this sense of we have to control, or we have to kind of lock down everything in order to protect it. And it's something I'm here to disrupt.
Pettiegrew wants to put those proper systems in place. The priorities will include creating a strategic plan, providing transformative instruction and support for students, hiring, training, and retaining teachers, as well as fixing the district's finances.
So when I came on, I realized that in year 3 of our 5-year forecast, we're going to be about $10.995 million in debt. So that's something that really concerns me. So we're going to clean up our processes, clean up our operations, look at our bills, look at what we owe, and make sure that we're being good stewards of our money. And the final priority, which gets me the most excited, is together we are East Cleveland. This is not about a CEO. This is not about state takeover. This is an opportunity for an entire district and community to invest in this process of raising our children, and it's so exciting.
Before coming to East Cleveland, this 41-year-old held several positions, including assistant superintendent, during nearly 10 years with Maple Heights City Schools. That district narrowly escaped a state takeover when it received a D on its last report card.
But
Fraction of a percent from a C, but
okay,
no qualms.
it's fine. I get it. But yeah, numbers count. Absolutely. So, what is your goal to see the dial moved here in East Cleveland?
We have to first get a C on an overall report card of the district. So how are we going to do that? First of all, as chief teacher, I have an acute and an expounding understanding of the report card. Being in Maple Heights, I had to learn this so that we can avoid state takeover. So we went to the technical documents. I know how it's calculated, and I'm currently teaching that first to my central office staff. It's not all about a kid getting a high level on a test score. That is not the sole measure on how to move a district report card. That we focus on attendance. We have to get our kids to school every day. We have to focus on the student achievement. Our performance index, which is at about a 56.4 on the last report card, it has to move up so that we can make some true impact on our report card. And we have to stay true to our whole child approach. We have to be mindful with our children. Case Western Reserve, we're in a partnership now to bring mindfulness and yoga into all of our classrooms and our staff developments so that our folks can calm down, so we can reduce anxiety, because the struggles of life and the challenges that they are facing, those cause anxiety. I need to help them deal with that. It's not one person taking over a district and just ruling at will. It's a person, and myself as the CEO, that understands the community needs to be deeply involved in this work.
There are two other districts under state control, Youngstown and Lorain. Both are plagued with a lot of mistrust and infighting between the community, school board members, and the CEOs. Chris Mohip in Youngstown and David Hardy in Lorain. One common factor, neither are from Ohio. But Pettiegrew graduated from Bedford Heights High School and Cleveland State University. Will that help?
I've heard that before. Oh, he's a local guy, that's why it's a little different. Maybe in part. Also, I bring a skill set that works very well in East Cleveland. I can't tell you if it would have worked well somewhere else, but at this place and this time, where East Cleveland is and where I am professionally, it was a perfect blending of two necessary parties coming together, and we are making success already. There's been 60 days of work at the time of this interview, and we're already seeing the changes. The people are happier. They're coming to work earlier, leaving later. People have smiles on their faces. And it's not because the old regime is gone and there's something new. It's because they see the CEO actually cares about them and wants to see them successful individually and as a whole school district. I think that's a little bit different also.
As CEO, you don't really have to talk to the school board. They don't have to be really included because all their power has basically been stripped, other than putting levies on the ballot. What is your relationship going to be with the East Cleveland School Board?
The school board is paramount and essential to our functioning and what we do. They are the voice of the community. The community elected them, and I hold honor to that. I understand that they are the voice of the people, so I have to work with them. I go to every board meeting. We work through issues together as a 6-person board. And we have some challenges, and we have some things that we're trying to do as a board. Because if our end game is to return the school district back to the school board, I have to professionally develop my school board to be ready for that event.
Lawsuits and pending legislation at the State House could change the way the state tries to turn around failing districts. Pettiegrew says he isn't worried about those debates. Rather, he is focused on what happens in East Cleveland once all his changes are in place.
But it doesn't get us distracted from the mission of educating students. And those are law decisions and those are legislative decisions. I have educational decisions about children that live on the streets of East Cleveland who are looking and depending on me to guide them on how to make a future where they can live the life of their dreams. So that is really my focus every day. It's not what legislation or Columbus is doing. It's what are we doing in East Cleveland to better East Cleveland. I also have personal ties to this district. I know a lot of people here I didn't know until I started walking around my buildings and say, hey, I've known in my professional, personal life, people have known me since I was 5 years old. There's an accountability on me that I have to make this better. There are people depending on me. And I know the weight of that is also fueling the way I'm going to lead this school district.